दुनिया को ना या तो सपने के साइज से एतराज होता है या देखने वाले के साइज से.
Hi there, I am Pratiksha and you're listening to Do I Like It? A Quint production where we review anything and everything under the sun. And today I'm going to tell you if I like Double XL, starring Huma, Qureshi and Sonakshi Sinha.
In life, things happen. And even if nothing's happening, that's still something happening, right? So on this show, we talk about things that happen. We get an esteemed panel of highly jobless people to answer the million-dollar question. Do I like it?
What is Double XL about? As the name kind of suggests, it's about two plus-size women who are trying to fulfill their dreams in a world that does not look beyond weight. But before we jump into it, let me tell you, you can check out episodes of this series and all other podcasts by The Quint on our website or wherever you get your podcast fix. There is this thing that I truly believe that अगर तुम्हारे मूवी का सबसे interesting और सबसे funny part is a reference to another movie which is similar to your own, then how much does your movie have, how much of a leg does your movie have to stand on? Because there is one scene where Huma Qureshi's character, Rajshri's mother tells her कि अरे तुम आयुष्मान खुराना नहीं आएगा तुम्हें लेके जाने के लिए, which is a clear like दम लगा के हायशा reference, and it's very clever. And that's pretty much where the clever ends. Double XL is directed by Satram Ramani and written by Mudassir Aziz. And the film, like I said, is about these two women trying to tackle the body shaming that comes from outside, their family, and even internalized fat phobia for that matter, while trying to follow their passion. Like Sonakshi Sinha's character, Saira tells Rajshri at one point, तुम्हें fashion समझ में नहीं आता पर तुम्हें passion समझ में आता है. I know. It's fun, it's okay. So, दोनों अपने सपने पूरे करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, पर things don't really go as planned, everything kind of falls apart for both of them. And that's right when they both meet in a washroom, obviously, because pop culture के हिसाब से औरतें washroom में ही मिलती हैं. It's where they form the deepest of female friendships, and it's not very wrong, but also let's find a different rope. Either way, let me give you a little bit of context into both of these characters. Huma Qureshi, or Rajshri Trivedi, wants to become a sports presenter and is very able actually. She shoots amazing videos, she clearly knows all the player stats. She has, however, a very supportive father and a very supportive grandmother, but उनकी माँ उनके पीछे पड़ी हुई हैं कि शादी कर लो, पराठे कम खाओ, शादी कर लो. It's an interesting insight into how damaging body shaming can be when it comes from within the family. All of us, I'm sure many of us actually have experienced that fact where we go to like a relative's house after years and they're like, oh, you've gained weight. And I'm just like, thank you, walking, talking, weighing scale for that. But yeah, see, that is also an example of why these conversations around body image are very important, but they need to be had well. We'll get to that later. Sonakshi Sinha is Saira Khanna, a fashion designer, and she, right now, her motivation is to obviously start her own label, and uske liye wo London ja rahi hai to shoot a lookbook of sorts. She has the most, जैसे Delhi का मुंडा types gym dude bro boyfriend ever. Protein shake conversations included. So for the first half, the film is actually doing pretty well. You get to see these women, you get to see their motivations, you see how their lives have been affected by this. Like despite all the comedy punches and everything, I'm not saying it's sensitive, I'm just saying it gives you something to hold on to. It also seems to be having all the right conversations at first, and फिर होती है heroes की entry, and it pissed me off right off the bat because what is the need? There are these two women, okay, and the actors have amazing chemistry on screen and their acting is amazing. It's like Bollywood is like, oh, obviously, how can a film about two women dealing with body issue exist without men? How dare you? There's Shrikant, played by Mahat Raghavendra. He's a dorky cameraman who has joints galore, and has obviously very much committed a crime that they don't get into a lot. And then there's Zoravar. He is a driver come line producer who is, well, just plain creepy. Like, he insinuates very much that he could potentially assault a character on screen, like, and it's played off as a joke. And I honestly, genuinely, to be honest with you, I think that's where I just kind of turned off from the film. But regardless, Sonakshi and Huma do deserve kudos. When they're alone on screen together, it's actually very bearable to watch. Like, I wanted to be their friend. There's a lot to discuss when it comes to body image issues or even fat phobia. And they do touch upon some of those topics. They talk about internalized fat phobia, generational fat shaming, and all of it. But story mein itna romance, and like those are violence. Happens that there's no time to talk about all of this properly. Everything is so extra, including the sound mixing. Or ye foreigners ke accent itne fake kyun hai? This one person at a fast food joint, he was just like, oh, how can I help you? It was bad. It was really bad. Look, to be very honest, it's clear the filmmakers didn't want to make a serious film, as a parallel cinema types nahi karna tha. But I think the subject that you're dealing with is so serious that you have to kind of, it is possible to do both. Satire and using your subject for comic relief are very, very different, and I don't think Double XL truly understands that. Sonakshi and Huma truly deserved a better film. So to answer the question, do I like Double XL? For the first half, yeah, pretty much. I even texted my friend that, hey, this film is actually not that bad, and 5 minutes later I texted her, never mind. And anyway, that was all for this episode. Thank you for listening. Do I Like It is a Quint production, executively produced by Ritu Kapoor and Shelly Walia, hosted by me, Pratiksha Mishra, produced and edited by Anjali Palod, and music from Double XL and BMG Production.
You were listening to the Quint's podcast.